Hello, welcome to day 18. So I have started and finished Kedge Keep. I did cut out a lot of the just traveling in the zone. Kedge Keep is completely underwater, which is why it's got no natural lighting. And it's a pain in the butt in real EQ because you have to have some method for breathing underwater. And since we're starting with original EverQuest-ish type feel, I just don't want the single player game to be miserable. So I wanted people to be able to navigate Kedge Keep as needed. This is a high level zone. It has a boss that's part of the Wizard Epic. And it's just, I think it's 50 plus. I think some of the monsters here are 52 to 55, somewhere in there. I'll hit play really quick just to show you this Niagara system I built for bubbles. I cannot get them into circles yet. I just don't know how. But I'll be learning that after this 30 days and really diving into materials and the Niagara system. But I thought it looked pretty good color-wise and just the way it's emitting. So I'll be adding those throughout the zone. We will actually navigate the zone outside of play mode because we can't swim yet. So if you come in, you can see Kedge Keep is navigated via these underwater tunnels. And obviously you'll be fighting while floating, which is sometimes just a horrible mess in EverQuest. And if you swim up, you get into this area with some names, which will be kind of the starter camp spot, if you will. And then I made it so you can swim down into this big open room, which should have plenty of spawns to kind of keep you busy. It's mirrored. This whole room's symmetrical, so the other side's the same. And then if we swim, oh no. Oh no. Let me see what we can do. I need to not be in lit for that. There we go. Where were we? We were here. So if we're in here and we swim up and not through the wall, then you can come into this main area, and it has still kind of a little maze-like feel, I think. It's not too bad. And then it has, of course, the main boss spawn in here. So that's Kedge Keep and the Niagara system that I built, but the majority of what I was working on yesterday is the combat system. So if we go into our test development here, I was adding the perception, as you saw in the previous video, for hearing, sight, and damage reaction from NPCs. So now I have it set up where if an NPC, one of these AI, see you and you're an enemy, they should attack you. And of course there will be logic for level range and stuff, unless you're an annoying skeleton. So if we play, we can see that the enemy should aggro me, and also if I run close enough to these passive enemies, they should aggro me as well. So we can see that he is now aggroed. I can still tell him to chill and go patrol and override his behavior, but I can't override these ones because they don't have patrol routes, so they don't listen to me. But you will notice that if I run by over here, this enemy, and by the way, they have a frontal cone of vision. This enemy doesn't aggro, and he should. So I'm debating how to implement the hearing system exactly, whether they should just hear, because hearing's a big circle, it's a radius. I'll show you. Let's see. So this yellow circle, one of them's hearing. Let me see. It's yellow. So yellow's his hearing circle, and you can see his vision's just those 3 green lines. So that's where he aggroes once I enter those. But hearing right now goes through walls, which I don't love. So I want to figure out a way to either mute that or something else, but I'd like enemies to hear if you're fighting their friends right behind them and aggro you. And I kind of like the frontal cone idea, whereas EverQuest enemies just see you basically always. But I like the idea of having hide and sneak be pretty effective if you're behind people and you have a high enough skill. So if any of you watching have ideas, anything at all, especially since I never play those types of classes, give me any feedback you have. And of course we'll handle fate and death with this system and everything else. But that's all I have, I think, for day 18. Thank you for watching.